Hello everyone, our Chem112 project for 2019 is on lasers, more specifically the Nobel Prize for 2018 in physics. The Nobel Prize is an award given to individuals for outstanding contributions for humanity in chemistry, literature, peace, physics, and physiology or medicine. The 2018 Physics Nobel Prize was awarded to Arthur Ashkin, Gerard Moreau, and Donna Strickland for their work in creating tools made of light. Arthur Ashkin received half of the Nobel Prize for his invention of optical tweezers. The other half of the Nobel Prize was given jointly to Gerard Moreau and Donna Strickland for their invention of a technique called Chirp pulse amplification.
So Arthur Ashkin is credited towards making the optical tweezers, which is basically using a single beam force gradient to attract dielectric particles from 10 to 25 micrometers. It uses a strong single beam on a particle, and the particle acts like a lens and causes refractions in the light. Then the refractions of light and gradient forces leads towards a backward force towards the beam, as well as the momentum of the light acting on the particle, essentially allowing the trapping of particles. A future application is using a machine to use optical tweezers to move large amounts of individual particles in a three-dimensional space, allowing for further options to study very small particles and research more on the structures of the small structures combined together. So the first figure shows the forces of optical trapping on a dielectric sphere, and then the GIF depicts how optical tweezers work. The cell is moved by the momentum of the photons, and the photon beam surrounds the cell, will hold the cell in position, and when the photon beam moves, the cell moves with it.
Chirp pulse amplification is a method used to amplify the intensity of a laser beam without increasing the size of the laser. Before chirp pulse amplification, larger lasers were built in order to produce stronger laser beams. As laser beams became bigger and larger, it was found that the laser beam itself would undergo self-focusing due to the Kerr effect and cause the beam to damage the sample as well as cause very inaccurate results. Chirp pulse amplification was then invented by Gerard Moreau and Donna Strickland, in which a method was invented for bypassing the problem of self-focusing in large laser beams. In the first figure, a diagram of the process of chirp pulse amplification is shown. The laser beam is first stretched and condensed to ensure a uniform laser before amplification. The beam is then amplified and then passes through a system of gratings which stretch and compress the laser beam back to the original size, but with a much stronger intensity. Chirp pulse amplification allows for stronger lasers to be used in different analytical techniques, as well as nonlinear phenomena such as harmonic generation of higher levels, which is when two or more photons interact with the material to produce one photon with double the frequency and the wavelength. The second figure is a GIF that demonstrates how the gratings expand and condense the laser beam. Both optical tweezers and chirp pulse amplification are techniques that are pervasive in the scientific field as well as in many industrial fields. Arthur Ashkin's optical tweezers are used to sort and organize many different particles and track the movement of cells and bacteria. Gerard Moreau and Donna Strickland's chirp pulse amplification is used to create high-intensity laser beams. These high-intensity laser beams are used in many industries, such as manufacturing, analytical chemistry, quantum chemistry, and medicine. Both the invention of the optical tweezers and chirp pulse amplification have wide and far-reaching impacts in many industries and are necessary for many discoveries and inventions.